This is the wheel kit for the QuickJack. I'm going to be putting it up for sale. It's a complete kit. You get 4 axles, 8 nylock 1/2-inch nuts, 8 washers, 1/2-inch washers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The jam nut, you use that to tighten them evenly, because one nut always tightens easier than the other. So you want to jam up the one that tightens easy so you could tighten them and have them centered. And of course the wheels. These were used one time. They're fully ball bearing wheels. I think the weight capacity for one wheel is 300 pounds. I offset it like this. This plate is plenty strong enough, it won't bend, but I had to offset it because the distance from the swivel point here to the center of the wheel, the bigger the distance, the quicker the wheel gets off the ground. So the wheels have a little bit of scuffing. And this was just a one-time use. They got that much scuffing on my cement floor. So that's it. Oh, I'm going to ask $100 for them since they're used one time. They cost $107 just in materials to make. $107, not counting the spray paint and not counting the labor, of course. So, $100 plus shipping. This is the installation process. You have a nylock nut, then the washer, and then the wheel bracket in that order. Conversely, wheel bracket, washer, and 1/2 nylock nut. Slide it through the tube on the side of the QuickJack that does not have the built-in wheels from QuickJack. Make sure you have the wrenches set to the right direction to tighten. This is where the jam nut comes in. One nut will always tighten faster than the other. So the one that's spinning easier, you want to jam that one up so then you could tighten the nut that's hard to turn. That way you could center the axle between the nuts. And I mess with this a little bit to get it centered. Make sure to watch to the end of the video because there's an important note about adjusting the wheels to the perfect height. Take the jam nut off when finished. So I mess with this, the axle's sticking out too far on that end for my liking. The axle's 13 inches. The 4 of them were cut from a 6-foot length. Now turn the wheels so they're about level with the QuickJack, but yet you fine adjust it a little later. That's a little later in the video. I talk about that. And you have to tighten these very snug. If I was to guess, I'd guess about 50 foot-pounds, but just very tight, because it's the friction from tightening these bolts, nuts and bolts, the nuts and axle that keeps the wheels from twisting. And it's a solid welded piece that the axle goes through. So there's no chance of deforming that pipe. So I tighten it. You have to adjust the angle of the wheels, of course. This is about maximum adjustment that I got. This one hits a little bit there. Make sure the wheels are oriented the right way. Of course, the floor might be uneven. There's a left and a right side for these wheel brackets. I'll make a slight adjustment on that. This one right. All I do is slightly change the angle, push it. This is an important point about adjusting the wheels. Raise a QuickJack 4 or 5 inches, and then for each of the 8 wheels, go and with the wrench, like in this picture, turn the wheels downward or upward so they just touch the floor. So all 4 of them touch the floor when the QuickJack is up about 5 inches. Then they're adjusted perfectly. This one wheel I had out of adjustment a little bit, and I turned it so it was off the floor a little bit. Must be a high part of the floor. There we go. Full clearance.
This is the best accessory for these QuickJacks. To be able to roll them, just roll it under the car. You never have to lift them. You could spin them around at 180 degrees.
You could easily roll it around, as you can see. And lift up. Now,
see, at a very low height, the wheels are lifted completely off the ground.
I can spin all the way around.
And that's it.